Presidential Action Center. Narito ang mga dapat gawin. Gamit ang iyong mobile device, pumunta sa eGov.ph app. Pwede itong i-download mula sa Apple App Store o sa Google Play Store. Gumawa ng account. Ilagay ang email address, valid mobile number, pagkatapos ay makakatanggap ka ng one-time code sa iyong email. Gamitin ang code sa eGov app para sa verification ng iyong account at ng mga impormasyong ibinigay. Congratulations! Meron ka ng eGov.ph app account. Pwede mo na ma-access ang iba't ibang serbisyo ng gobyerno kabilang ang mga serbisyo sa Bagong Pilipinas Presidential Action Center.
Sa patuloy na pag-aati ng balita at pagbibigay serbisyo publiko, kinilala ng prestiyosong Asia Pacific Broadcasting Plus Awards 2025 ang galing at dedigasyon ng Radyo Pilipinas. Patunay ito ng tapat na paghatid ng serbisyo sa mga Pilipino, maparadyo, TV at maging sa makabagong paraan ng paghahatid ng balita sa mundo ng social media. Sa pangunguna ni Presidential Broadcast Service Director Dindo Amparo, kasama ang lahat ng kawani ng Radyo Pilipinas. Inaalay namin ang pagkilalang ito sa bawat Pilipinong aming pinaglilingkuran.
Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko. Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko. Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko. Mahalagang mga balita, napapanahong impormasyon. Kami ang inyong gabay pag may bagyo at sakuna. Serbisyo ng gobyerno kapag may nangangailangan. Mga proyekto ng Pangulo, damang-dama ang pagmamahal niya. Tulay ng mga hinaing, ang problema ng bayan ating lulutasin. Tulay sa himpapawid, tulay ng pagbabago. Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko ng bagong Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko, Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko ng bagong Pilipino. Mga proyekto ng Pangulo, damang-dama ang pagmamahal niya. Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko, ang boses ng Pangulo. Karamay nyo kami, kahit malayo man kami nakakarating. OFW magsasaka, buhay ay iba't iba, san mang lugar ng bansa natin. Tulay ng mga hinaing, ang problema ng bayan ating lulutasin. Tulay sa himpapawid, tulay ng pagbabago. Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko ng bagong Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko, Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko ng bagong Pilipino. Mga proyekto ng Pangulo, damang-dama ang pagmamahal niya. Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko, ang boses ng Pangulo. Radyo Publiko, Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko, Radyo Pilipinas.
Labay sa alas 4, welcome kasanggayan din sa natong programa Billboard sa Radyo Pilipinas Kalbayog para yan ang adlaw sa Lunes, Pizza 25 sa bulan sa Agosto tuig 2025. Pulaan Kalendaryo National Heroes Day. Noronian aton na mababatian ang replay sa ginhimo ka kulop nga press conference nga dasad aton mga misa hadang candidates kakulop ini nga adlaw alas 3 ang kulop ginhimo sa Calbayog City Convention Center. Adyana yan pahibaro ang low pressure area sa Kubsan Philippine Area of Responsibility. Kanina nga alas 3 ang kagahon na danay mumutang sa Baas in Southern Leyte. Inigin lalauman nga magdadarasan uran-uran sa kadakan nga lugar sa nasud, siringsan Pagasa. Sa alas 3 ang kulop in LPA nahimo mutang sa 430 kilometers sinirangan northeast sa Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur, pero kanina san kaagahon alas 3 ato ini sa Southern Leyte. Inigilauman nga makakaapikto sa weather conditions ang Kabisayan, Bicol Region, Northern Mindanao, Caraga, Davao Region, ngan Quezon Province. Sumalasan Pagasa. Samtang ang habagat ang magdadarasan madampog nga kalangitan nga may patsarang nga uran-uran ngan pagdalugdog pagilat dida sa Soc Sargent, Zamboanga Peninsula, Lanao del Sur, Maguindanao ngan Palawan. Medyo madampog nga do sa madampog ng kalangitan nga may talagsa nga uran-uran ngan pagdalugdog pagilat ang ma-experiensyan dida sa Metro Manila nga ibang parte sa nasod. Napagasa nagpaimatngon nga ini nga weather condition nan magdadarasan pag-anas ang tuna ngan pagbaha. Ang Pagasa nagmomonitor sa Bagyo Kajiki. Ang anay gintatawag isang nagius westward sa kalaksyon nga 15 kilometers per hora. Ngan amod do kasangkayan ang aton weather update. Ngan adina ang replay sa ginhimo nga press conference ka kulop nga adlaw. Press conference ang hadang candidates sa Calbayog.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, and again to everyone across the gender spectrum, our 20 official candidates are now sashed. Every sash is a reminder not only of the beauty that they have, but of course, it's also a banner of their identity, of their heritage, and their strong representation of the communities from which they walked and thrive in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment in which our candidates are now considered also as ambassadors of culture, purpose, and empowerment. And of course, it's the time in which their obligation of representing culture and women empowerment begins. Once again, a round of applause to our 20 official candidates of Miss Hadang Festival Queen 2025. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with the first part of why we are here today. And so we come to another important ingredients of finishing the recipe for cooking this event. And this is the press conference. This is our first time to get up close with our candidates, and it is our opportunity to discover their beauty, the interest, the advocacies, and the purpose that they have behind these beautiful faces. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, get ready to be inspired for an exchange of inspiring and showcase of the wit, and of course, the grace that they have for this competition. Ladies, are you ready for our Kalbayognons to discover you more? Are you ready? And of course, we are going to start with our representative, with our friends from Media and Partner Representative from the Magic News FM Tacloban. Please welcome to give her questions or inquiries, or let's say the inquisitiveness that she has in her mind for our candidates, Miss Gina Dian.
Good afternoon, beautiful and pretty candidates for Miss Hadang Festival Queen 2025. I've seen, well, my former students, I guess, in grade 12 and also from NWSSU. But my question is for all of you. And for those who are interested to answer, you may, but for those who are not, it would be okay. My question is about your advocacy. What advocacy do you support and why? And if you answer, please introduce yourself first. And what organization are you representing?
So anyone from our candidates who want to answer that question? Ah yes, we have Miss NWSSU. Yes. Thank you, ma'am, for that question.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Samantha Itigan Lapuz, proudly representing Northwest Summer State University. As I believe in the power of learning, my advocacy is quality education for all, and it aligns to Sustainable Development Goal number 4 to ensure that all students has the opportunity to learn, grow, and have a better future for them. And as we all know, that education is not just about learning in a classroom. It's about giving children the opportunity to achieve their dreams. And when we invest in young minds, we are not just changing lives, we are also creating a brighter future for our city. And that will be all. Thank you.
Thank you. Our representative, our candidate from Northwest Summer State University. Anyone who wants to answer, I think that is a strong advocacy. Yes. Next.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Gwendolyn Aguaviva, representing Barangay Trinidad. So, I am an advocate of the Kabataang FPOP, or in general, Kabataang Family Planning Organization of the Philippines, which is a new organization here in Calbayog. And I stand here as one of the candidates of Miss Hadang 2025 to advocate comprehensive sex education. Because one of our goals of our organization is to increase the access of my fellow young people in terms of sex and reproductive health, information, and services. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. So that's Miss Trinidad Gwendolyn Aguaviva. Anyone who wants to answer the question? Okay. So we also have our next candidate.
So I am Julian Espedilla Luzon, representing Kapookan SK Council. So as an ordinary citizen, I advocate for safe sex education. We are all aware of the health crisis that we are facing right now, which is the rapid increased rates of HIV cases and STDs, especially among the youth. And I advocate this not only to practice, through this program, we could also teach the youth to how to practice safe sex. But I am not saying to practice it ordinarily, but to open our minds of what are the effects of the risk of having not properly educated by this. Because we are all aware of these issues, and I know if we could, we are all aware of these issues. If we could take action of this rampant issue, we could have a safe environment and a peaceful place to live.
Okay, thank you, Julian. Thank you for that answer. Anyone who wants to answer the question? Yes. We have Miss Balud.
Hello, maupay nga kulub sa iyong atanan. My name is Rione Keisha Brasa and I'm representing Barangay Balod. So, as you all know, my advocacy is about mental health awareness. I think that for so many years, it has been very common. And I think that it's time that it becomes a conversation, not just in a household, but in a society, in a community. I think that this is a perfect opportunity for me to be able to use my voice in this platform and be able to give knowledge to certain individuals, especially the youth, where they be able to witness and experience this kind of illness. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Riona. Indeed, we have strong advocacies coming from our candidates. Anyone who wants to also answer that question? Okay, so let's start with Miss Calbayog City National High School, and we'll have Miss SPNHS Alumni Association later. Okay, Athena, go.
A pleasant day to everyone. My name is Lueli Athena A. Arnado, proudly representing Kaupod City National High School, and I advocate for overcoming self-doubt. And with Miss Hadang Festival 2025, it is no stranger for me that it is common nowadays to experience and encounter self-doubt. And as a campus journalist, I am able to use my voice for the voiceless, and I know how it feels. I know how it feels to feel unworthy and to feel like our story is not enough. And with my advocacy, I would be able to use it as a power and to be able to spread awareness and strength to all those women, not women, but also Kalbayognons who also struggle with doubt and with fear and less confidence. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Kaupod City National High School. And of course, as I have acknowledged, we will now have Miss SPNHS Alumni Association.
A pleasant afternoon, everyone. My name is Juyeli De Rengito, proudly representing San Policarpo National High School Alumni Association. And this advocacy is deeply rooted with my love for tourism. It is also the reason why I am now studying in hospitality management. And my advocacy is sustainable tourism. This advocacy aims to showcase how beautiful Samar Island is, but at the same time, preserving it for the future generations. I believe that in terms of preserving, this not only means that the nature, the culture, but also preserving the smiles of Calbayog people. Because I believe that Calbayog City is not a place, it is the people. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we would like to end answering that question for our candidates. Ladies and gentlemen, for the information of everyone, we have this advocacy segment for our Miss Hadang Festival Queen 2025 Coronation Night, and it's in there where we will get to know all of these candidates' advocacies. And we have just heard a few, but again, if you're interested of getting to know more of why they joined this pageant, not just for the superficial beauty, then we need to attend the Coronation Night. And of course, we will have another question from Ma'am Gina Dian.
This is just a follow-up question in relation to the advocacy, the tourism preservation. If you are aware that we are a city of waterfalls and that we get our water from Panas Falls, and how will you able to promote and preserve the beauty of Panas Falls now that there is a program of the national government for renewable energy, and Panas Falls has been subject for that renewable energy through the installation of wind turbine. My question is, how are you able to, how can you help preserve our Panas Falls as the source of our water, not only for Calbayog City, but nearby municipality, the Santa Margarita, which is Barangay Borabod?
Okay, that's an interesting question. Anyone who wants to answer from our candidates? You want to answer? Okay, we recognize Miss SPNHS Alumni Association to answer that question.
Thank you, ma'am. Well, I am very well aware that Calbayog City is the city of waterfalls. And I believe that this is truly something worth preserving, something worth protecting. And I believe that the first step in preserving this and helping the community is by first showing this to the young people appreciating it, because I believe that in not appreciating these, we are not aware that Paranas is, Panas Falls is being used and is not, what do you call this? Is not preserved anymore. And I believe that in this platform, we could bring awareness. We could bring the young people there to show them and love it. Because in loving the Panas Falls, we would learn how to protect it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, thank you, Miss SP NHS Alumni Association. Anyone who wants to answer that question from Ma'am Diane? Anyone? This is really somehow like a difficult question because, you know, it's a balance of meeting the demands of the present while we are after with the sustainability of our nature. And that talks about, of course, with this wind turbine in Calbayog City. And of course, we know that you have these things in your mind. So our candidates, we are hopeful that they are now having these thoughts of how they are going to promote sustainability that comes with modernization. And of course, we believe that these candidates are now considering these ones as part of their program and advocacies. So again, a round of applause to our candidates and of course to our representative from Magic News FM Tacloban, Ma'am Gina Dian. At this point, let us also hear it from another friend from the media. We have from Calbayog Journal. We have from Infinite Radio. Sorry, sir. Mr. Ricky Brozas. Sir?
Mopeng Agolop. Good afternoon, ladies. My question is, what does the Hadang Festival mean to you? And how would you incorporate its values into your reign? So dapat naintindihan ninyo yung sinalihan ninyong kompetisyon at alam nyo ang kasaysayan ng Hadang Festival. Thank
Okay, so who wants to answer that question? Again, the question is, what does Miss Hadang Festival mean to you and how you will incorporate the values it should reflect on your reign? Again, anyone from our candidates? And we have Miss Trinidad. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon again. I am Quindeline Aguaviva from Barangay Trinidad. And I believe that Miss Hadang isn't just something about the crown. It is about representation of Calbayog City towards the whole province of Samar that clearly embodies the value of every Calbayognon. And with that, I can confidently say that I am more deserving to be the Miss Hadang 2025 because I embody the true values of Calbayognons, which is a true, mabaysay, og magkarit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Trinidad. Anyone from our candidates who still wish to answer that one? Okay, we have our Miss Dr. C Dental Clinic.
Maupay nga kulup sa aton nga tanan. I am Maria Karen Clave, your Miss Hadang, Dr. C Dental Clinic. You know, growing up here in Calbayog City, I have witnessed many times how we celebrated our Hadang Festival. And I realized that Hadang Festival is not just all about showing our skills or sharing our knowledge to the tourist people. It is all about offering ourselves. It is all about showing gifts to our Calbayog City. And I think that is one thing that I really embody as a candidate of Miss Hadang 2025 because I want to instill this kind of value. Although I am already here in this kind of situation, I am already here in this value. I am already embodying this. But I want to share this to everyone. And me as an education student, I want to share this platform to every young people. And I want an alignment for my value, for my career, for the betterment of Calbayog City. And I think being a Calbayognon is not just all about having our best tourist spot here. It is all about having the value of every Calbayognon. Thank you.
Okay, yes, that's Miss Dr. C Dental Clinic. Anyone also from other candidates? Yes, we have Miss CCNH's Alumni Association.
Good day, everyone. I am Jasmine Liao, representing Calbayog City National High School Alumni Association. So I believe that Hadang isn't just a title. It is a platform, a stepping stone to showcase what Calbayog can offer, not just here in our city, but in a whole summer. I believe that if we uplift or if we showcase or prioritize our tradition and our tourism, I believe that we just not uplift Calbayog, but we uplift the whole summer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss CCNH's Alumni Association. Anyone? Other candidates? Indeed, it's hard, to how the Miss Hadang will promote the CYP of celebrating, yielding, and protecting culture and the arts that comes with environment and any other issues. But definitely, our candidates are going to kick and knock that off. And of course, we need to have our next question coming from Mr. Ricky Brazas.
My question is intended to Miss Barangay East Awang. Waray pabor-pabor kay taga-awang. Hi, Miss. Hello, good afternoon. Maghusay ko nun mga taga-East Awang.
Evidently.
Yeah. Okay, so if you could showcase one local product or delicacy from Calbayog to the world, what would it be?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am Via Dinesa Piobong, and representing Barangay Istawang. And if I have given a chance to show the world one delicacy, it should be the famous delicacy of Calbayog is the tinapa in Matubato, because I'm really sorry for my call. And it has a lot of stories how I'm really sorry because
No, that's okay.
Thank
You
you.
can do it. Okay, so definitely, I think I would have the same. I would have tinapa. It's like a worldwide consumed product now. No, so that's a good answer coming from Miss East Awang. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, kay adi man nakluwat sa payahan, iungay ko na lang payahan.
Okay, so we also have a question for Miss Payahan.
Same question.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ira Maydi Guzman, representing Barangay Payahan. So if I would share one delicacy in Calbayog, I would share the suman latik. The suman latik is one of our handa in fiesta made by my grandmother. And this delicacy is where we can found in every dishes or every kakanin in our table. And this delicacy shows that in representing the related in the rice and the coconut, the sweetness of suman latik preserved, and it will be cherished if in the last taste, and that will be all. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Payahan. Of course, the sumalatik has its sweetness and saltiness and the stickiness, just like Calbayogans who are sweet and warm, just like its saltiness, adding flavor to our guests. And of course, the stickiness, the unity that we have to thrive and unite against all odds. So, a round of applause to Miss Payahan and Miss East Awang. They really are strong contenders also for this competition. And of course, thank you to our representative from Infinite Radio, Sir Ricky Brozas. At this point, we are going to welcome our friend from the media, representative from Calbayog Journal. Please welcome to give her questions to our candidates, Ma'am Josephine Mendoza.
Okay, good afternoon, beautiful ladies. I am Josephine Mendoza, as introduced. I am from Calbayog Journal. My question is relative to, syempre, the Hadang Festival. And then I think everybody would agree that at least one from each row, we have 4 rows, can give an insight to the question. The question runs this way. How would you incorporate promotion and upholding the essence of our culture, which Hadang Festival embodies, to your respective advocacies?
Would you want our representative to repeat the question? Again, ma'am, kindly, Ma'am Mendoza, please repeat the question. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. How would you incorporate promotion and upholding the essence of our culture, which Hadang Festival embodies?
Okay, sorry about that one. Again, candidates, please listen again to the question, and we'll get one representative for each row. Again, ma'am.
Okay, I got to start from the first word.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how would you incorporate promotion and upholding the essence of our culture, which Hadang Festival embodies, into your respective advocacies?
Okay, so let's have that row. We have volunteers from that row, and is it okay if they'll have it answered, ma'am, or just one? Okay, let's start with Miss Trinidad. 2 would be better. So after her, Miss Trinidad, let's have SP NHS Alumni Association. Miss Trinidad, go.
So good afternoon again, everyone. I believe that I can incorporate our culture into my advocacy, since my advocacy is to educate my fellow young people. So with that, I can also incorporate educating them along with our traditions and our practices that we wanted our future generations to have, because that's one of our young fellow people needed. And the best thing that we can use is our social media platforms, that aside from posting about our target or aim in Kabataang FPOP, we can also post more about Calbayog City, since the organization that I'm in is residing here in Calbayog City, which is the Kabataang FPOP Samar chapter. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Trinidad. And let's hear it now from Miss SP NHS Alumni Association.
Good afternoon again. We all know that the Hadang Festival is quite amazing. The 3-peat champion in Tandaya is proof of that. And with my advocacy, sustainable tourism, through promoting and upholding, preserving the Hadang Festival, it is also sustaining our tourism. Because through this Hadang Festival, we would attract more and more tourists. And through their journey here in Calbayog City, we could also promote our waterfalls, our beaches, and many other more that we can offer not only here in Calbayog City, but here in the Samar Islands. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss SP NHS Alumni Association and Miss Trinidad. Very well said for our row 1. And let's have our representative from row 2. Okay, that means that's our row 2. And we have Miss CC NHS.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again, I am Lueli Athena A. Arnado, representing Calbayog City National High School. So as I advocate for overcoming self-doubt, it is no stranger to me that we can use media, that we can use social media as a tool to advocate and to strengthen our spirit and believing that there will always be hope. And with the Miss Hadang Festival Queen 2025, we're all given a chance. We're all given a chance to see the beauty in the Hadang Festival. We're all given the chance to see the beauty in Calbayog, in preserving our culture, and most especially that modernization is common nowadays. we're also given a chance to be able to share our advocacies to other Kalbayognons, most especially that it is also common that we face self-doubt with fear. We face self-doubt considering that Kalbayog or the Kalbayognons have faced storms, but yet at the end of the day, we still endured. And as a campus journalist, once again, I would be able to use my voice for the voiceless and spread awareness. That would be all. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Calbayog City National High School. So we are now checked with row 1 and row 2. We'll have our next row. Let's have row 3. And we have Miss San Policarpo National High School.
Good afternoon. My name is Julian Sam Elrabusura from the home of humble winners, San Policarpo National High School. And to your question, ma'am, I am a firm advocate for literacy. And I believe that I can embed the essence and culture of Miss Hadang Festival or Hadang in general by showcasing, teaching, and highlighting to the youth, to the people, the history and the rich tapestry of Kalbayog's rich history, Hadang Festival. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. So that means row 3 is now checked, and we are down to our last row, who is the brave candidate. Okay, so I think Okendo Poblacion candidate also wants to answer that question. Okay.
Mapagpalang araw sa ating lahat. I am Aryan Saleh, representing Okendo Poblacion. Hadang Festival is a vibrant celebration with dance and music. And from the words Hadang uses Visaya language, and my advocacy is celebrating language diversity, breaking toxic norms, and embracing every voice. So many candidates struggles to convey their message and express themselves in English. And I believe allowing candidates to use the preferred language and pageantry can make them more authentic, confident, and sincere. I am standing here not just for myself or for the crown, but also for those candidates who deserve the freedom to speak in their native or preferred language in pageantry. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Okendo Poblacion. Anyone from our last row? Ah, yeah, we have Miss Kapookan.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kristen Claire M. Dulyasin, representing Kapookan. I believe that the Hadang Festival is celebrating the festivity of the Kalbayognons. And my advocacy is about women empowerment. And I believe that my advocacy and the Hadang Festival is fully embodied in the Miss Hadang Festival Queen 2025. And I will use my platform as an official candidate of the Miss Hadang Festival Queen 2025 to influence and encourage the youth. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So that completes our answer. Oh, we still have one. Miss Dr. C Dental Clinic.
Good afternoon once again. I am Maria Karen Clave, your Miss Hadang, Dr. C Dental Clinic. I am an education student, and my advocacy is quality education. Instilling my platform into Miss Hadang 2025 is a big opportunity for me. I can use this career of mine in instilling the knowledge and sharing the cultures and the vibrant traditions of Calbayog City. And I believe one way of doing that is me giving myself or being myself as one of example of an active youth for the developing of Calbayog City. And I think Calbayog City is very rich in terms of teaching, in terms of exploring. And I want to take this step, I want to take this opportunity for me to be able to share and contribute the knowledge that I can for the whole Calbayognon. Thank you.
Thank you. So that completes our answer for that question. You know what? I feel like it's not the candidates who should be nervous. It's the media. Our candidates are so well versed with their thoughts. Do you agree? Yes, diba? Yes na yes. So they really can express their thoughts. And that is a good sign that we have these good, intelligent women coming from Calbayog City. And that's only but the first question from our representative from Calbayog Journal. And ladies, are you ready for the next question? Yes, I can sense that one. Okay, ma'am.
Actually, I have a lot more, about 3 of them, but maybe I would pass for the follow-up question to give chance to the other
Yes,
media
ma'am.
people.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so you get ready for a one-on-one later. So that ends the round for you, ma'am. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Again, our representative from Calbayog Journal, Ma'am Josephine Mendoza. A round of applause, please. At this point, let us welcome our representative from DYIP Infinite Radio, who also happens to be the Region 8 Media Citizen Council Vice President for External Affairs. Please welcome to give her questions, Miss Ellen Lim.
Thank you very much. Maupay nga kulo, queens, ladies. I was scanning and listening to each and every answer to the questions given by our media partners. And kita ko naman beauty brains. But I'm looking for the brawl. Women empowerment, the power to decide, the power to choose. If you care to look at your feet, how do you call that shoes? Is that stiletto? Platform? Pumps?
Like
high heels?
high heels,
Okay.
stilettos.
High heels.
High
Okay,
heels.
let's call it high heels. You won't be wearing that when you dance the hadang ritual, I'm very sure. I've always been fascinated with those kind of heels. Galing, lalo na pag naka-evening gowns and wearing those casual dress. And at the same time, I'm also horrified when I see beauty contestants falling, stumbling, just because of those platform or stiletto shoes or whatever you call it. I understand that, well, it may have been decided that that would be your official footwear for every, I think for every beauty pageant, right? I would like to ask you, what is the meaning or the effect of wearing such kind of shoes in participating in beauty pageants? Ang dami nag-raise
Okay.
na.
We have mini Cinderellas in here. Okay, so let's start, just to be in order, let's start with the one upstairs. Yeah. We have Miss Calbayog City National High School. Thank you, ma'am, for that question.
So a pleasant day again. My name is Lueli Athena Iernado from Calbayog City National High School. So in my personal experience, in my first-hand experience, I have stumbled, I have struggled wearing these heels. But every time I encounter the struggle, every time I am reminded of the challenge, it also reminds me to stay stronger despite the challenge. It reminds me to stay fearless, to stay bold and resilient, despite all the challenges I have faced. So one issue that I have been facing as a beauty queen is wearing these high heels. But to me, it doesn't make me less of a person. Yesterday, I was just reminded by Sir Bash that just because I am not able to wear these heels properly, it does not make me less of a person. Rather, every challenge I face, it only makes me stronger. It only makes me beautiful. It only makes me shine to see how resilient and how persevering I am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Calbayog City National High School. And let's go have Miss San Joaquin National High School. Okay.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I am Yaname D. Indaya, representing San Joaquin National High School. So, to be honest, at first, wearing this kind of heels, I struggled a lot. During my passerella training back in my first pageant, I get to fall on my knees and I have to seek help to stand up again. But each time I fall, it gives me confidence. Wearing these kind of heels brings me confidence about myself, because in every mistakes, and each time I fall, these heels help me come back stronger. And that's why, even though this kind of heels it makes me determined to prove and to be determined that even with struggles in life, if we truly focus and if we truly have the passion in it, we can succeed in everything. That's all. Thank you.
Well said there. Thank you, Miss San Joaquin National High School. And who wants to go next? Yes, we have Miss Alpha Insurance.
So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Glomery Alyosada Tubugok, representing Alpha Insurance and Surety Company Incorporated. So, if I will be honest, back when I was young, I was not really a fan of beauty pageant. I was the boyish type of a person, and when I see someone, especially my older sister, who is a part of LGBTQIA plus community, wear those kinds of heels, and I envy her. I always envy women who get to stand up stronger with this kind of footwear, wearing high heels. So when I started joining pageant, I had my trainings, and these heels has brought a lot of pains, wounds on my feet. And I realized that heels is an embodiment of power, because it takes a lot of strength and courage to use it and walk with it with pride. Thank you.
Oh, well said. Yes, that's Miss Alpha Insurance. And let's have, Miss Obrero.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vanna Espadilla from Barangay Obrero. When I was young, I was bullied and looked down because of my darker skin tone and because of my body. Whenever I wear these heels, it reminds me that no matter the size of my body and the color of my skin, it makes me confident and stand out. As a person who loves beauty queen, I experience discrimination a lot, that I don't fit as a being candidate of pageant industry because of my flaws. But because of these heels, it makes me stand out and believe that I'm beautiful no matter what is my body and my skin color. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for that one, Miss Obrero. And let's have Miss San Policarpo National High School.
Good afternoon once again. So if I'm being honest, I fear these heels because each
Miss San Policarpo National High School. Anyone? Yes. Okay, Kaupod, SK Council.
So a little backstory of mine. When I was in high school, I was overweight. I was large. My waistline, I think, is around 38 inches, but now, thankfully, in 26. And I never imagined myself to join in this kind of beauty pageants. I never imagined myself to be a model, to be a public figure, to be someone who wears this kind of heels because I have self-doubt. I was bullied because of my weight. But when I enter first year college, someone offered me to join pageants. And the first thing when I wear those 6 inches is I struggle. I can't even walk properly. I can't sway my hips. I can't even move my shoulders or synchronize my body with the movement of my heels. But through that, when I start wearing those heels properly, I stand tall. I have recognized myself. I develop self-growth, self-confidence, and this is a testament na if I can do it, I know some girls could do it also. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Kaupod, Sangguniang Kabataan Council. And let's have our last two, and let's start with, yes, Miss SP NHS Alumni Association, and after that, Dr. C. Dental Clinic.
Good afternoon once again. There is this notion about beauty pageants that the only ones who are able to compete are beautiful people, those with good bodies and such. But I believe that beauty pageants are so much more. And I think that these heels are a proof of that. Because it is true, it is horrifying, but so is life. But yet, we keep walking anyway. And I believe that as people would watch us in the coronation night, they would know that every step has a story, and that is being courageous, being resilient, and those are the qualities, characteristics of a Kalbayognon, and that is what we try to empower. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Miss SP NHS Alumni Association. And for our last candidate to answer this one, Miss Dr. C. Dental Clinic.
Hello. Good afternoon once again, Mom. Thank you for that very heartwarming question. Well, to be honest, I started to like heels because it helps me to look taller. And upon reflecting myself, when I started my pageant journey, I realized that heels, this simple thing, is not just an ordinary thing. This helps me to be more empowered woman. I started to self-reflect, and I realized that every steps that we make, every woman that wore this kind of thing has a story to tell. And I am here not just to advocate myself, not just to share my experience to everyone, but I am here to remind everybody that no matter what happens, no matter self-doubt that you have, no matter questions of your self-worth you have, that little thing that makes you empowered is a simple way of doing the things that you like. And this platform hills that we have right now is the empowered thing that every candidate has. Thank you.
Wow, that is really a wow. Like, we have been hearing about body positivity. We have been hearing and being reminded that these heels are like wings. That every time you fall, you learn to not just stand, but fly. And imagine what our candidates are going through. So that's really a beautiful question. Going not only through the heart, but even through the hypothalamus of our brains, going through our emotions. Thank you, ma'am. And that means to say that we're going to have our next question from still Ma'am Ellen Lim.
Okay, please don't discriminate us who don't use those platform heels. Okay, now I've already seen the role, and I'm very satisfied. My follow-up question would be on women in decision making. So if you have the power to decide or to choose what shoes or footwear to wear during pageant, would you still choose the same, and why?
Okay, so let's have Miss Christ the King College of Calbayog City Incorporated.
I'm Kim Rihanna V. Spatch, proudly representing Christ the King College of Calbayog City Incorporated. So to be honest, whenever I see this type of heels, I always feel confident. So if I've got the chance to choose a type of shoes to wear in pageants, I would still use this type of heels, because as a woman, as an advocate of a woman empowerment, I believe that you must wear something that you are confident, not just because of other opinions. And as someone who is confident enough in these heels, I believe that if you're empowered in those types of shoes, I believe you can wear anything that you want. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Christ the King College of Calbayog City Incorporated. Once, yes, let's have Miss Kaupod.
Good afternoon once again. My name is Kristen Claire Amdulyasin, representing Barangay Kaupod. As an advocate for women empowerment, if I could choose whether or not to stay wearing heels and beauty pageants or not, I would choose for women to choose footwear they would be most comfortable in, whether or not it be heels or just something casual. Because in women empowerment, there's also confidence. And with confidence, you should be able to embrace yourself, your features, your height, without wearing any heels. Thank you.
Thank you. Very well said, Miss Kaupod. And let's have, yes, Miss San Policarpo.
Maupay nga kulop sa aton nga tanan. My name is Maria Alexi Galitan from San Policarpo. And if I were to choose what footwear to wear during pageants or during during pageants, I would still choose to wear this kind of heels, stilettos, because I believe that heels are the ones that empowers women who choose to love and be confident in what they wear. Because for me, these heels helped me to become more confident and be courageous in every step I take, no matter how hard life is presented in any way that I face. And I believe that choosing something that you are confident in truly gives out what you have as a person. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And we're down to our last two candidates who will answer this question. Let's have Miss Kaupod, SK Council.
Definitely yes. And if you remember my backstory, like when I was a kid, I idolized people who joins pageants. And as I've said earlier, I never imagined to be this part of this kind of pageants. I idolize people who wear 6 inches, who can ramp easily, who can ramp smoothly. I see it as someone that we could be inspired of. And when I tried to wear this heel, I feel confident, I feel growth, and I also would recommend it to someone who would like to join pageant because this is a symbol of a woman. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Kaupod, SK Council, and we are down to Miss Trinidad. Okay, sorry ladies, we know that you are very eager to answer the question, but we also have to moderate the time that we have, so that means that Miss Trinidad will be the last candidate to answer this question. Don't you worry, we still have a lot in store for you. Okay.
So, good afternoon again, everyone. And thank you for that question, ma'am. If I'll be able to choose the footwear that I'll use in this pageant or in the next pageant that I'll be joining, it would still be these high heels. Why? Because we are here in Miss Hadang 2025 and we are searching for a deserving queen. A queen that is willing to sacrifice and to dedicate her life in using high heels. Just like what they said, just like what my confident and beautiful candidate said, that using high heels takes a lot of courage and pain to experience. And with that, I would like to remind you all again that this is a competition, but it is not a competition of myself and with the others, but instead it is a competition with myself. A competition is nothing without a challenge because using high heels is a challenge for us. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Rinid. Again, another round of mind-boggling answers coming from our candidates. No combination of the 26 letters of the alphabet could ever describe the amusement I have right now for these lovely candidates. As early as now, let's give them the warmest applause. We're not yet done, but we are already in full awe of their performance for this press conference. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Ma'am Ellen Lim, for these very good questions we have. A lot of good questions coming from our friends from the press. But at this point, let's also hear the questions coming from the very famous also, Radio Pilipinas Calbayog anchor, Mr. Jean Navilon.
Thank you so much and good afternoon, ladies. What can you say about this hatian, kalakaran during this kind of beauty pageant? On your part, as the candidate, 50% for you, and the prize, another 50% goes to your handler or your trainer. Is this not a sort of injustice on your part? What can you suggest to the sponsoring group or the old LGU who are initiating this kind of pageant? Supposing, for example, during the search for Mutia ng Samar, if the price is 500,000 pesos for the reigning queen, are you in favor that, how much did I mention?
50-50, you said 50-50.
500,000. Are you in favor, 250,000 for you?
And 250.
Then 250,000 to the handler? Are you not being exploited with this? What can you say?
Okay, so we have brave hands coming. Okay, let's start with Miss the one in green, Miss Obrero.
In my opinion, it is okay to have 50-50 with your handlers because we all know that if you see us struggling or having a hard time in our journey in pageantry, and so they are our handlers. The pressure for looking something to wear, and then the pressure that they're experiencing to look for gowns, costume, and everything for preparation. And I think it's okay to have a 50-50 because just like me, has been pressured of these pageants, they also experiencing the same. They're also pressured, so I think it's fair to have 50-50.
Okay, thank you for expressing your side, Miss Obrero. This time, let's hear it from, let's have Miss Christ the King College of Calbayog City Incorporated.
So thank you for that question also. So I believe it's okay to have a 50-50 prize with your handlers or trainers because for me, I will not be standing here today without them encouraging me to join this type of pageant. Because I know that in myself, I didn't really want to join this pageant because I didn't believe in myself. I was not really confident in Q&As, but right now I'm confidently answering these types of questions. So I believe that it's okay for a 50-50 prize because I will not be here without them. Thank you.
Okay, so that's the same point as Miss Obrero. How about Miss Rawis?
Hi, I'm Allison Faye Castillo. I'm representing Rawis. To be honest, I'm not here without my handler, and it's okay for me that so-called 50-50 if I know my handler deserve it. The sacrifices, the effort, the sleepless night is not a joke. And those things my handler do for me is enough for me to see how my handler love me as a candidate, not just as a candidate, but daughter. And I'm not here in front of you right now. I am not here speaking up with you right now if my handler don't encourage me, if my handler didn't encourage me to join again. And that's that thing I see, that I am not who I am right now without my handler. Thank you.
Okay, very good. And we will have the last answer for this question. And let's have Miss San Policarpo, National High School.
Whenever we see a beauty pageant happening in our town, we see how the candidates showcase their beauty and skills towards the audience. But we never see the struggle, the experiences, the pain that happens behind the scenes. So I believe that the 50-50 split in the prize money is fair, and I agree to this. Because honestly speaking, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for the people who supported me, my handlers, my coaches. So being in a pageant, it isn't just about yourself. It is about the sacrifices of each individual that poured their hearts into you. So the 50-50 split isn't just for your talent, but as well as your handler's talent and all the sacrifices they made to make you beautiful in front of an audience. That's all.
Okay, thank you. So that only goes to show that it's a unanimous decision coming from our beauty queens. That what we see on the stage is but at the tip of the iceberg. And that, let me revise that famous saying, but it takes a village to raise a beauty queen. It's not only the beauty queen that is standing there, but she also has his handlers, her family, and so on, who are at their back to support them and make them the queens that they are. And of course, again, thank you to our queens. And sir, do we have another question for them?
What can you say about the prevailing problem among the youth today? Sa lahat ng mga eskwelahan, sa lahat ng mga national high schools, there are women involved in teenage pregnancy. Is it enough for you to make yourself as a gift the moment, if you truly love me, then give yourself to me?
Okay, who wants to answer? Let's have the first brave hand coming from Miss Trinidad.
So, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for that question. Again, I am an advocate of the Kabataang FPOP that aims to increase the access of the youth towards sex and reproductive health information and services. And I guess the best way for that, to solve that kind of issue of every teenagers that is already involved in teenage pregnancy, is not just to educate them, but to go to their places, especially in the remote areas, here in Calbayog City specifically. That's why our organization as of now is planning to conduct a visit in some remote areas here in Calbayog to educate and to open their minds, to show them what really is comprehensive sex education, because I believe that each one of us deserves education and not ignorance. That's all. Thank you.
Well said. Thank you, Miss Trinidad. Who wants to answer the question? Okay, Miss Kaupod.
Good afternoon once again. My name is Kristen Claire Amdulyasin, representing Barangay Kaupod. And personally, I don't agree with the statement that if you love me, you would do this with me. And also, I believe that sex education would be the best solution for teenage pregnancy, as not only it would educate the teenagers, the youth, about the consequences of having sex in pregnancy. It would also educate them about the diseases that they can get from it. But it is also sex education is not just about encouraging the youth of having sex, but also just informing them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Kaupod. Who wants to answer that question? Anyone? Okay, Miss SPNH's Alumni Association.
On replays and press conference with Miss Hadang candidates kakulup iningadlaw dito sa Kalbayog Convention Center. Ngan tub-tub na din yan atong programa Billboard sa Radio Pilipinas Kalbayog sa ngaran sa nakaupod sa control si Munit Pirito. Ngan si Engineer Juven Cardenas, iniyan niyo sangkay nakaupod Jean Navilon, nagbabasalamat nga na diyan broadcast sa DZRB Radio Pilipinas, Manila.
Top stories of the day. Business, sports, music, and entertainment. Dadalhin sa inyo ng